AITA for lying to my boyfriend about when an event starts. So this didn't happen recently, but it was brought up last night and my boyfriend seemed to get really mad about it. So I figured I would bring it to the group to see if I'm the asshole or not. My boyfriend has terrible time management skills and is late for everything. I absolutely hate it because I'm the kind of person that believes if you're not 10 minutes early, you're late. For an example, we were invited to a family lunch a few years ago. Everyone was meeting at a restaurant at 11 AM. We lived 10 minutes from said restaurant and my boyfriend waited until 10:55 before getting in the shower or attempting getting ready. We were an hour late meeting the family, who was already well into the meal when we arrived. A few months went by and another family gathering invite was sent out, with a start time of 1 PM. Knowing that he is terrible at getting ready and leaving on time, I told my boyfriend that the event started at noon, not 1 o'clock. And just as I figured at just before noon, my boyfriend started to get ready. We show up at 1 o'clock, him thinking we are now an hour late, only to find out that everyone else is just getting there too. So last night we got to discussing things and it got brought up how I had lied about what time the event started. I know it's a shitty thing to lie, and he pointed out, if I can lie about something like that, who's to say what else I'd be lying about? I told him he was right to feel like that, but reminded him that I don't have locks on my phone and he knows the password/pin numbers to all my accounts, so he's more than welcome to check and see if I'm hiding something. I explained that I only did it because he has terrible time management skills and can't seem to be anywhere on time. In my opinion, being repeatedly late to things is rude and it's a terrible skill to be teaching his children. He doesn't have any kind of problems with his family, so there is no reason that he would want to limit his time with them, and it's not like these gatherings are boring/unfun events. The one I lied about the start time was actually a family paintball game, which we love to play. I've learned my lesson and don't plan on doing it again in the future. But I just have to know if I'm the asshole for lying to try and get him to be on time for something that is important to me. Edit. So I posted this before I left for work when there was only a handful of comments and wasn't able to check it all day. I certainly didn't expect it to get this much attention, let alone 20,000 upvotes. Though I haven't yet gotten a chance to read through or reply to any messages or comments yet. I'd like to thank everyone for their judgments. Whether you think I'm an asshole or not, you took time out of your life to try to explain your point of view of the situation and I appreciate that. NTA. He's being extremely rude and inconsiderate of your time. And everyone else's. In the future I would recommend leaving without him. Tell him it starts at 1 PM. I'm leaving the house at 12:45 PM or whenever. And I would love it if you were ready and came with me. But if you're not ready I'm going on my own and will see you there. A few instances where he has to take a taxi while you've left in the car and he might start to improve his behavior. NTA. I can't stand people who don't respect other people's time. It's just plain selfish. I hear ya. My fiance's dad is a total mess when it comes to time management. I remember one time he offered to pick us up and go get dinner after he hopped in the shower really quick. So we waited and waited and waited from when he called around 8 PM to like 10:30 PM. It turns out that after his shower he got a phone call, did some work on his laptop, took a nap, woke up, did some more work, realized he was hungry and finally remembered about us. During this time our calls went to voicemail. NTA. Being consistently late is childish and rude. It sends a message to the person/people you are meeting that they aren't worth your time. If he doesn't want you to lie about the start times, I would just leave without him. When you tell him when the event starts you can also tell him when you are leaving. Cover your bases because he will probably be mad for leaving without him. I had the exact same situation with my ex. You're going to get different answers based on people's value systems. Im like you and think it's super rude to be late to places. And if I need to tell your dumbass the wrong time to make sure I don't look bad, then I'm going to do it. Others think even little white lies are the worst thing ever and will call you the asshole. How they can be so adamant about you lying but not care to respect people's time and schedule is beyond me, but here we both are. The problem is that I don't believe lying about the time is a little white lie. It's a lie to try to fix the problem. BF is inconsiderate ass. Only it never fixes the problem. Because not only are there no consequences to him being an inconsiderate ass, it erodes trust in their relationship. She becomes either a lying bitch or his nagging mom to keep him to considerate standards. Who the hell would want that? Partners who lie to keep problems from happening, like inconsiderate shit like this. Or jealousy issues. Nope. Didn't see my female friend or talk to her at all. Or any other issue, are just torpedoing their relationships in ho. NTA. He was an hour late. As predicted. He needs to address his lateness before you agree not to lie again. To be honest, he's trying to squirm out of his own responsibility by overreacting. NTA definitely. I know people like Op who lie about event times to counteract this. IDK how people have shit time management and then don't mind awkwardly showing up in the middle of an event. NTA. The fact that he jumped to accusations of you hiding more things because you didn't want his bad habits to ruin a family gather makes him an asshole. If he was just salty, I'd say no assholes here, but all you did was give him a chance to not be late. Sorry for my grammar if it's bad. I thought the same thing too. That's such a weird train of logic. I dunno. The guy seems like an overall asshole. NTA. But you should make it clear to him that his behavior is making you feel like shit and you did it to save your own feelings. He's tough or constantly making you late. But if you don't fix this in your relationship, it's going to get worse. We talked about it last night and he understands why I did it and knows that I feel like it's rude and inconsiderate to be late. I don't think it's going to fix the problem. But we were able to understand each other's viewpoint a little better. Like I posted, I don't plan on ever doing it again. I just wanted an outside opinion on if I was the asshole in that situation or not. NTA. If he can't get his things together and show up on time, then that's his problem. And he shouldn't make it yours too. NTA. He needs to grow up and learn what time is. NTA. I had the same problem with my My solution was to leave without them if they weren't ready. I know, kind of a childish. The first few times I did this it was an argument, but since then their time management skills have miraculously gotten better. My solution was to leave without them if they weren't ready. I know, kind of a childish. NTA. If they have no consideration not making you late and not being late, you shouldn't have any consideration towards them and their tardiness. NTA. I have a similar problem with my sister. She can't drive and will ask to be picked up for events. She is constantly making people wait for her. My mother brings a book when she goes and picks her up. I leave without her and she has never once made me wait. Same here. My brother is notorious for being late. But for some reason he doesn't pull that shit on me. Probably because I have and will leave him behind. I have also kicked him out of my car for being disrespectful. My mom gets mad at me for it, but I don't care. My car, my rules. NTA. You told him about it afterwards, so you didn't have any intention to fully deceive him. That's an entirely different motivation to an affair, or whatever he was insinuating. He's deflecting to avoid talking about the actual issue here. TBH, he should be embarrassed that he's consistently an hour late for events. That's actually really rude. I'd tell him that in future you'll be leaving with the kids in time and not a minute later. And that you won't cover for him. If people ask where he is, you'll say that he's running late, but you didn't want to be. Then stick to it. NTA. Fibbing about when family dinner starts is not a gateway to other major things you could be lying about. Though I don't understand why he's more upset for actually arriving on time and making it a you issue instead of taking a look at his own manners. He's a grown up. Even if the family events are dull, he should still be able to show up on time. Him being bothered when he noticed they weren't late almost makes me think he's doing it on purpose. Not wanting to do family things with her. And is intentionally being late to avoid it. If so, they need to have a serious discussion. NTA. And some advice. My parents have been married over 60 years. My father isn't as bad as yours boyfriend, he's more of a consistently 10 minutes late type. My mother won't lie to him. Instead they have an argument every single time they go somewhere. For over 60 years. So this is something you need to think carefully about. Can you put up with cheerfully being an hour late to these things for the rest of your life and sharing the blame? Is your boyfriend willing or able to cede control of time management to you? Basically, can the two of you negotiate a compromise, and if not, are you prepared to live with this forever? This stuff that annoys you now, imagine it after 60 years. I also hate the comment about her phone being unlocked. Arg. NTA, why the fuck does he need passwords to all your accounts? WTF. Totally. And being suspicious that she may lie about other things is also controlling. She just wanted him to be on time, so she told a tiny fib, and that means he can never trust her? Bullshit. It's him who can't be trusted to be considerate and not late. NTA. And learned my lesson. What are you, 12? In this part of your life, your BF is a huge a-hole. 10 minutes late would be more acceptable. But an hour late is just ridiculous. I'd go with what I saw another user post. The thing starts at 12. I'm leaving at 11:45. If you can get ready on time, great. If not, I'll see you when I see you. You aren't his mom. And he's old enough to learn how to get ready on time. Agreed. Her boyfriend is tar, but op seems weirdly immature. Like all this weird disciplinary language about learning your lesson? Weird. NTA, what on earth do you mean you've learned your lesson? He is in the wrong in the fact that he's made you feel guilty is some impressive gaslighting. Being on time is very easy, you just get ready early. He is being very inconsiderate. He pointed out, if I can lie about something like that, who's to say what else I'd be lying about? And you should point out if he can be inconsiderate of being on time. What else is he inconsiderate about? Weak argument. NTA also. How does it take him almost an hour to shower and put on clothes? Right? That statement pisses me off for Opus. Because honestly, fuck off. If you can lie about that, else what else can you lie about? Go to hell. Op has adapted to his bad behavior. It's hardly a lie. It's trying to accommodate his shiftiness. If you enjoyed this video, then hit the like button and subscribe if you'd like to see more future videos.